What is up, everybody? Welcome to Late Night Gamers Podcast, episode number 124. And person asking with me this week and every week is Charles Caldwell.
Well,
Steve Morgan.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tim Madden.
happy birthday, America.
Oh yeah, it was 4th of July yesterday.
It was a glorious day full of
I did.
bombs and things that exploded and beers and food and gluttony.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the things that America
Yeah.
is founded on.
Everything in excess, America's way.
Sloth for me was just sitting around on my ass all day yesterday.
It's great.
Watched all of the New Orange is New Black.
I didn't even realize that's out yet.
Yeah.
How is it?
This is pretty big. Something big
It's
that
fucking
happened.
good.
Oh, okay.
It's intense.
Is it?
I'll have to watch
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched the most recent, or the one they just released. I've watched all the other ones.
I binged on all the other ones like a couple months ago, so I'm like still pretty fresh. I literally watched all like 3 or 4 seasons or whatever the first one was.
I feel like it always happens that I'm like, I'm gonna watch 1, then I watch 2, and then I watch 4, and then I'm watching 8, and I'm like, well, shit.
Now you might as well finish. It's true.
Yeah, we did the same thing with. Do you guys ever watch Bloodline?
No.
I've heard good things about it, though.
Yeah, that's good. They just released a second season, fairly recent. Well,
Is that on
sometime
Netflix?
this year. It is on Netflix. It's good. It's worth it. It's got I can't think of his name, but he was the coach from Friday Night Lights. That's all I can think of. No, that show's good. The summertime TV is like the worst. There's nothing on, so thankfully Netflix decides to release a lot of its shows kind of leading into the summer, which is perfect.
Gives you
It's like
something
a
to do.
canteen in the desert.
Yep. Hulu. I don't know if do you guys have Hulu at all? Do you watch there's a couple
we
decent
do,
shows. There's
actually.
I think there's one show called Difficult People, and Casual, and a couple of those shows are actually really good. And they're Hulu originals. Worth
I think
it
just
if you're in
bought
your.
it, just paid for it.
Hmm.
I think she uses
Yeah,
just to watch all of the old Survivor episodes and all of them, the Law and Order SVU episodes.
It's kind of like, is it kind of expensive though? I feel like.
It's about the same as Netflix.
Hulu?
Yeah.
It's like $8.99.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
No, I mean if you have Netflix and Hulu and you don't there's not a lot of TV. I mean
Yeah,
that you really need.
which is true.
You
Not yet,
have to
anyway.
have.
I'm sure it'll come with it. All of the state channels have their own shit that they put on.
Hmm.
We need to subscribe to that, but not yet anyway.
Yep. We were disappointed that The Bachelorette wasn't new last night. I get horribly hooked on basically anything Dana puts on the television, except for the Kardashians, which is I can't. Any of these not Desperate Housewives, but Housewives
Real
of whatever
Housewives of
count.
Orange County or something like that.
Yeah, I can't deal with any of that stuff where they're just sitting around and doing nothing. It's like, okay, yeah, this is great. Your lives are awful.
Yeah.
At least The Bachelorette is scripted realism.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Horrible people.
Mm-hmm. Apart from that, you guys watch any movies recently? Anything good?
Finding Dory.
Oh, you did?
Oh, how's
Yeah. It's good. Not sure it was as good as Finding Nemo, but it's a sequel, so you can't expect it to be.
it?
Pretty
Seems
good.
about 10 years too late, also. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard similar things about it. Like that's what I'd heard from someone who saw it. They said it was like good,
Yeah.
but not as good as the original. And it was like, okay,
What was made was the voice actors that were in it.
yeah, I heard that. There's some pretty good ones, right? I can't remember who, but I don't
He
know.
from Always Sunny in Philadelphia was a whale shark.
Oh, God.
Nice. Speaking of sea creatures, didn't you also go on a whale watch, Charles?
Yeah, went on a whale watch on Saturday and saw 10 minke whales, 5 fin whales, and a humpback whale.
Damn.
Nice.
The fin whales are
That's excellent.
ridiculous because you don't realize how big they are until they're like, they're the second biggest whale in the world. And you're like, they're twice the length of this boat. And then you get like 50 feet away from it and you're like, holy shit, that's just its tail. And then they've got this little picture in the inside of the boat, and it shows you that that part you can see is like a fourth of the thing's body.
Oh, my God.
And then the
Yeah, it's
humpback
crazy.
whale was the most exciting one because we've been dying to see like we've been going every year that we've lived in Dover, and we're dying to see a humpback whale, and finally we see one, and we're like, every spout, we're like, wait, what kind of whale is that? What kind of whale is that? I mean, we were happy that we saw the fin whales because usually all we see are the freaking little minky, like 25-foot whales that we hate. But we don't hate them as much when there's like diversity in the ocean, when there's different kinds of whales. But when you're out there for 5 hours and all you see are these little dinky whales,
Yep.
it was a good time.
Humpback whales are pretty big too. You don't realize how huge they are until you float by one.
Yeah. I didn't realize they were smaller than the fin whale. I thought they were much bigger, but no, like 50 feet long, still the size of the boat.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of our tour, when we were like the announcers are like, one last sight of the humpback whale, and then we're headed back to shore. The humpback like comes up like 15 feet away from the boat, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" It didn't breach or anything, but I was waiting for it because there was like 5 little other whales around it. And we're asking them, why do they breach? And they're like, well, it's usually territorial. If they're trying to feed and other whales are around, or they're feeling harassed, or they're feeling playful, then they'll like jump out of the water. And it's not just specific to humpback whales; it's all whales. So then on the way back, I was thinking, God damn! Imagine if like a 75-foot whale breached right next to us while we're on this freaking boat tour.
It would cause a wake of sorts.
Yeah,
Probably would feel intimidated if it saw you on the boat, so...
definitely losing some of the smaller children that are like running up and down the boat, like, "Hey, what's that? What's that? Oh, let me get a picture!" And they're like jostling position next to you. Granted, they can't really jostle me.
They just get caught
So
in like the little filter that the whales eat the phytoplankton with.
Yeah,
It's just a kid strained to the whale's mouth.
all digested. First fatality by whale by ingestion.
Pinocchio shit, man.
Yep. It's true. Kind of a disappointment for a movie that came out just recently. The BFG apparently tanked over the weekend, which is
Was it bad or was it just poorly attended?
I don't know. I just saw that it had gotten. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna look up the Metacritic score, but
I would be
I think
entirely surprised if it was god awful.
Well, I saw it.
Yeah. I mean,
and
it's Spielberg.
it was just really for kids. I mean, it wasn't that good for like adults. A lot of the like scenes were like really slow and just like, this is a flying doogler, diggler dangler. And I'm just like, what the hell is happening right now? It's like they didn't do a really good job, I think, of like hitting the adult audience on like the jokes, even if they're not like, they don't have to be adult jokes. They just need to like be good for adults too. So I mean, and maybe the movie was bad overall, but I just felt like a lot of the scenes were more for like, if I was a little kid, like if I was like 3 years old, I probably would have been a lot more like intrigued by like the scenery and sort of the story, and like it was really like kind of childish, like no one got hurt, nothing bad happened, like all the drama was in like fart jokes and like, you know, like
They didn't see the bones of children.
no. they were just like, he's gonna eat you up with some spices and peppers, and it was like, oh no. It's like, what the hell? I'm just like, oh god, come
It
on.
was so much darker in the book. They had like the bones of the small children in their like pantry or some
Yeah,
nonsense.
they just talked about eating kids, but they never showed it because it was like for little kids, man.
That's bad.
Roll
I
dog.
got a Metacritic score of 66.
Yeah, that seems probably about what I would expect. Like, it wasn't a
Average.
bad movie, it wasn't a good movie, but I think, like, I can imagine it tanking because I think, like, it looks too serious to be a kids movie, and it's not serious enough to be an adults movie. It's like a really strange kind of situation, like, in that sense. Like, it is really, like, visually good and has, like, really good graphics, and, like, Spielberg did do a good job with, like, sort of the CGI in it and stuff, but it's like it's not serious, so then like kind of takes away from the whole point of it being sort of visually like realistic. So I don't know. It's probably what I expect out of it. Doesn't surprise me. So I saw that a couple weeks ago. I also saw, like, this is kind of an older movie. It came out in Europe, but it's like getting bigger now, called The Lobster. It's pretty interesting if you haven't seen it. It's like definitely like a real artsy movie, but I saw that. It's got Colin Farrell and Rachel Weisz and like what's the other? It has like, it does have like John C. Reilly in it, but he's like really not in it that much. But it's pretty funny. It's kind of like a dark. It's like kind of like a dystopian future society where like people have to be in couples, and if you're not in a couple, then you go to this hotel and you have like 45 days to like find a partner at the hotel of single people, and if you don't, then you get turned into an animal basically, and that's like the whole concept. And it's pretty funny. It's like it's very symbolic and very like sarcastic and sort of like a parody of like modern relationships where like you feel like you have to be in a relationship, and if you're not, then there's like certain people that like don't believe in relationships, and it's like clearly over the top and like kind of artsy and like goofy. It's like dark humor, like very dark humor basically. So if you're into like weird shit, like then you probably like that movie. But not that we're a movie podcast or anything, just throwing out random shit right now.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Swiss Army Man?
I've heard it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the one with
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe.
yeah,
I want to say Elijah Wood, but okay.
pretty much his name.
Yeah. It looks ridiculous, and I really want to see it now. It's playing at Red River in Concord.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, basically this guy who's stranded on this desert island, and Daniel Radcliffe washes up, and he looks dead, appears dead, seems to be dead by all accounts. In fact, that's what Jess's comment was initially. She's like, well, this is stupid. He's clearly dead, and the guy's just fucking crazy. But the guy can do all sorts of shit with Daniel Radcliffe. Like, he stuffs like I don't know whether it's like a pole or what, and he shoots it out, and he gets like a grappling hook. He's looking like he's really, really thirsty, and he's like, I just want some water. And then Daniel Radcliffe's all of a sudden like spearing up water. Just like this wishing fountain person. Except he's a dude.
Yeah, sounds weird.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird, but I want to see it. I feel like he's just been in a bunch of weird shit, like horns. This movie. I don't know.
Equus.
What movie is that?
It was actually a play, but he showed his wang in it.
He's like, I'm fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I'm doing what the fuck I want.
Look, this is Harry Potter's penis right here. I'm pretty sure it was a pretty serious play actually, but had something to do with a horse. I don't know why he has to get naked in it, but I'm sure if you watched it or read anything about it, then you'd probably know, but I don't.
I don't know.
Let's switch gears to some gaming stuff.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about movies. I guess one of the rumors, I think we've talked about this a little bit, but it seems to be gaining a little bit more, ground, is the fact that the NX might have cartridges again. It might go back to cartridges. I find that odd. I mean, I know I know Nintendo would probably do this, because I was reading like an IGN article where they're saying like why they should go back to cartridges and blah blah blah, because it's that Nintendo goes to kind of they make a lot more games, or they're more for like kids. Like a lot of their games are more for kids, and that age group under 12 is kind of ignored. But I don't know. I don't know if that's a good enough argument for cartridges.
I feel
especially
like
since
I
it's
feel
like,
like just like the advance of like solid state and like the sizes that you can get like in solid state now with like read write and rewrite speeds would like make it worth. It could make it worth. I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem that like infeasible. Like if you think about it, nobody uses DVDs anymore. The only place DVDs and Blu-rays exist are like in media.
Redbox?
In media. Yeah, in media. Like in like movies and video games. Like other than that, they don't hold any weight like in society as like as far as like transferring. I mean, sometimes you have to use them, but like for the most part, you're gonna just use a flash drive. You're gonna use this hard drive. Like they're just so much easier now. Like thumb drives, just like maybe it's just because I went to 2 conferences over the last like month, but just like I have like a pile of fucking flash drives. Like they're just like garbage practically. There's so many of them.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you think about like if you have a 64 gigabyte game, putting it on like a a $20 like flash drive, like yeah, okay, probably more expensive than like a CD, but like then if you have the ability to be able to like save content to that and like access that and not have to like download it to the system and things like that, like I don't know all the benefits. It depends on like how they integrate it, but I could imagine it actually being really good. And then like you said, it also has like a lot of other benefits in the sense of like, okay, if little kids are playing it, they're not gonna like break it. It's like it's more like tactile and something you can probably store like easier. Like you probably don't have to have a case for it. You could just have like a thumb drive bay with all your games in it basically. So I mean, I could imagine it actually being kind of a cool concept. I think people would be against it at first, but if it works out, it would be fine. Oh.
I think the only problem is that I feel like if they want to have like just their own games, like just Nintendo based games, then that's fine. But I feel like the third party support is going to be like even worse than it is
I'm
now.
just gonna say no more third-party games.
Yeah, I mean it's just going to be like only Nintendo. We make our own games. We make our own console. That's it.
Well, I mean, it's nothing different than it used to be.
We don't hear your sound. Try again. You're just like really quiet. We heard you, but you're just super quiet.
Your voice started and then it just went. It just got farther.
It sounded
and
like
farther
you were
away.
really far away. Yeah, there you
No,
go.
you're
Yeah,
right,
that's
okay.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I mean, it's not any different than what Nintendo did previously. Like it's doing it again. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
We're just like reactionless. We're like yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's the same thing. It would be like they had cartridges previously. They still had third-party support. I mean, it might not be to the same level, but I mean, no matter what, there's gonna be a huge push for like digital delivery. It's gonna be everything's gonna be. They have their own. Nintendo has the eShop, just like Steam, and you download your games. And I think that like if you're buying physical games, it doesn't really matter where you're gonna get it from and what form it's gonna come in.
Yeah.
Whether it's a disc or a little blob, a little thing you gotta insert somewhere.
Yeah,
But-
that's the thing is like no matter like I didn't want to bring this up because I was gonna pretty much kill my own argument, but what doesn't really matter like even if it works out, it's like everybody, all the different companies clearly are pushing digital content. It's so much cheaper. You don't have to make anything and you can still charge full price to literally have.
Well, and people can't. I mean, like
you can't trade
people,
it.
people can't you can't resell it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like everybody has to either buy the game or wait until it goes down in price,
yeah.
and then they're still going to buy it. It's all that money is going to go to the developer or the publisher, and I mean that does make sense. Like,
and also you can't play the games offline, which is pretty frustrating. Like, I noticed that with whatever game I have. I think it's like the Uncharted series was like a digital download version when I bought my PS4, and it's like if I didn't have internet, I'd be like, oh, I'll just play Uncharted. It's like can't connect, cannot play because it thinks like I mean I guess I understand the reason for it is because you could just like download it on your friend's computer or I mean on your friend's like PlayStation and then they could play it offline. But it's like that sucks. It's like I wish I had the physical copy right now.
Yeah, you should be able to. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, if it should recognize, like, okay, you downloaded it to just this one PS4. It should be. It's linked directly to your name.
Maybe there's a way to do it. Maybe I'm just a noob on PS4 because I know with Steam, like, you have to log on and say, like, I'm gonna play it offline, and maybe PlayStation has that option, but I didn't see it, so I'm not sure. Like, that's what Steam has, like, to have, like, an offline mode, which you can't just, like, access anywhere. You have to log on once and basically say, I'm going offline to play this, and then they'll let you do it. So, which is also pretty annoying, but I guess it's, like, the same kind of concept.
It always prompts me to go offline if I log in and it can't detect my internet. It's like, do you want to play offline? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, and it works automatically?
Yeah. It gives you a prompt for it.
Oh, okay. Maybe they've changed it. It used to be you had to initialize the game or like play it once offline, but
it's funny because it's kind of annoying most of the time when I'm like, my internet connection is fine. Why the hell can't you connect?
Yeah, Steam is buggy as f like lately. Just like keeps like updating and keeps. Mine was doing that earlier today and just like started it and restarted it and then it worked fine. I was like, okay, whatever.
I had to go into my process and delete the process.
Basically,
it's like, oh, Steam's already open.
Yep.
Shut up, Steam. God damn it. I'll kill you.
Too busy making like the VR games.
Gabe, stop drawing into my computer.
Yeah. So I don't know if Nintendo is actually going to go in that direction or not.
Maybe because they like know digital media is gonna go that way, they just like don't give a shit and they're just gonna do something ridiculous. They're just gonna make like little like amiibo games. Like you have to like put the game like a little figurine of the game on top of the system and then it runs, just to like fuck with fuck with us because it doesn't mean anything.
Well, they already do that for characters. They don't need those fucking things. So they're just gonna make their game cartridges be the characters. Why is this figurine $65? Oh, it's a game. Shit.
Then kids are going to be using them as action figures, and then it's like, oh shit.
It's destroyed.
They just completely destroy it. They're like dunking it in water and like
it's going through the sand.
Yeah. Look, he got like poured toxic waste on to this little dude. It's like goo everywhere. I'm just thinking back to Captain America and all those action figures because there's definitely some sort of goo that came with them. It was like
there was goo that came with every single action figure at some point.
Early 90s. Early 90s
made no sense because it was like a one-time thing. You just gooed your guy and you're like, all right, well now he's like covered in goo and the goo's gone. So
what was the deal with the 90s and goo, man? It was like
I don't know. I mean, like Nickelodeon, every single show was just covered. Everyone was covered in gack or whatever that shit was.
Ninja Turtles was all about ooze and like
the ooze. Yeah, Secret of the Ooze. Yeah, I don't know. It's all about
like,
goo.
Even the Power Rangers had like a bunch of ooze things. Oh man, speaking of the Power Rangers, I spent a good hour last night searching all these Zords, like what their background was and stuff. I completely forgot about this, but I completely forgot that the Green Ranger, the dragon could go on top of the Megazord and make a Mega Dragon Zord with like missiles and shit that it shot out. Like that shit was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
I hope they have the same guy coming back to play the Green Ranger because he's played the Green Ranger for like ever.
Yeah, it's pretty much they couldn't do everyone right because the Yellow Ranger's dead, and
Trini.
Yeah, the Asian girl died in a car accident or something like that. The funny thing is, like I was reading all their abilities, and like they all have like unique abilities, except for the Triceratops and the like saber-tooth tiger. They both have the exact same ability. It just they basically have those tank treads. Like we already knew this, and then they both shoot out of like their tails or whatever. Like a machine gun comes out of their tail or something like that. It's like that sucks. Like they didn't even get unique abilities. Like they just got the same shit, just like a different color. Like
And weren't they the only like ethnic ones too?
no, oh yeah, you're no the
The
black
Asian
guy.
and the black.
Yeah, the black guy. Yeah, that's right. Yep. The Yellow Ranger and the Black Ranger. That show would be
Green
shut
Ranger
down.
The same as the White Ranger in the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget what the storyline was, but
No, okay, I read this last night. So I remember in the movie is when he became the White Ranger, like when they got the spirit animals or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
in the show, the reason why he like stopped being the Green Ranger and he lost the dragon is because the dragon was like sort of like autonomous, and like at some point he just like became like unstable and just was like fuck you guys and went back into the ocean and just like walked away. So then he like didn't have a Zord for a while. I'm pretty sure, like he was just like Zordless in the movie, if I remember correctly. It's ridiculous, man.
it is ridiculous.
It's quite an in-depth and realistic storyline, if I do say so myself.
Well, the reason
so
that they lost all their Zords in the movie was fucking Zed killed them all. Or not
Yeah.
Zed, Ivan Ooze
Well,
killed
Yeah,
whatever the name of the guy.
Zed. Yeah.
No, he
Zed,
killed the guy with the ghost head.
Oh. Dude, I don't remember that far back. We'll have to watch it again.
no.
Got the
Yeah,
VHS.
so yeah, I was just about to ask: are the Power Rangers the original episodes on like any streaming service?
I don't know the answer to that.
I might have to look that up. When does the movie come out?
I don't think we've even announced that on the show, but they're. But if you don't know,
Oh, yeah.
they are remaking Power Rangers.
Bryan Cranston.
And we talked about it at one point.
Oh,
What's
okay.
his
that's-
name?
Who's the dude playing the floating head?
Bryan
Bryan
Cranston.
Cranston.
The floating head.
Yeah.
The hell's his name?
It's
It was always my least favorite character because he didn't do anything. He was just like
Zordon or something like that.
Zordon, yeah.
Zordon. He was always like, "Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa."
Rangers! I need help.
I don't know if they're streaming on any site. Nobody probably like can afford the rights for them.
That's probably true.
Yeah, the guy
No.
who owns it sued the spoof makers when they did that like dark remake YouTube video.
Wait, maybe Netflix has them actually. Netflix now has every Power Ranger episode ever on Instant Watch. That was in 2011. I don't know if they still have them or not.
Damn.
Well, I'm signing on to Netflix right now to check that shit out.
You don't
I
need
actually-
to watch the show because I can tell you what happens already. Like, some
I just wanna- I
monster
wanna watch-
comes down,
I mean,
beats
that-
the shit out of him.
Yeah, everything's exactly the same. I mean, there.
It's like Dragon
Like-
Ball Z to some extent.
Yeah, basically the plot's the same every episode. The monster changes
shit.
though.
Oh my god!
There's like 24 seasons or something like that.
Damn.
23.
That's so many.
Yeah, because it's like all the
Okay.
newer ones and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna go through this. So they have the original season, but there's Power Rangers Dino Charge,
Yeah.
Power Rangers Jungle Fury, Power Rangers Samurai, Power Rangers Mystic Force, which they all look like they're dressed like wizards. Power Rangers Wild Force, Power Rangers Super Mega Force, Power Rangers Dino Thunder, Power Rangers SPD, one of them's driving a motorcycle shaped like a missile, Power Rangers Super Samurai, Power Rangers Ninja Storm, which they're all ninjas in this one, they have samurai swords, Power Rangers RPM, which is, they have race cars, Power Rangers Space, which is dumb. They're like on hoverboards in space. But that what doesn't make sense is like that's space was a big part of the original series.
Yep.
Okay, Power Rangers Mega Force, Power Rangers Turbo, more cars, Power Rangers Time Force, Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, Power Rangers Galaxy, Power Rangers Zeo, and Power Rangers Megaforce: The Legendary Battle.
In the future, our history is going to be written by these Power Rangers episodes.
That's ridiculous.
The best is how like
That is
5 of them are they're just like 7 words and they're just like rotate like permeated in like all these different forms. It's like Super Mega Ninja Dino. Just like take all those things and then just switch them around. Which one comes in which order, and then that's how you get like 15 episodes.
Right. It's like they had a bucket full of words written down on sheets of paper and they just mashed it up and said, "All right, well, this is the next season."
Super Mega Space Dino Force.
Digital.
And there's 60 episodes in season 1.
Jesus
Holy
Christ!
shit.
Well, that's like season
Of the
1 is
original.
just the original show, pretty much.
I guess if you consider that they're probably only 30 minutes, then that's like 30 episodes of an hour-long show. It's still a shitload of episodes.
Okay, and then season 2 has 52 episodes.
Wait, is season 2 still like the first show, or is it like that? Is that like Dino Force or something?
Oh, look at Jason, or not Jason, whatever the Green Ranger was. He's wearing.
Tommy.
I think they're morph into Wild West Rangers. Yes. There it is, right
Oh my god. Wild
Two and a
West Rangers Part 2.
I think I might have to watch
God.
like a lot of these.
Your brain's gonna just turn into mush, dude. It's-
I know.
Episode 50. Kimberly is transported through a time hole to the 1800s,
Oh my God.
where she meets the Power Rangers' Wild West ancestors.
It's literally just him. It's just literally
Yeah,
the
it's all
wild,
them.
them dressed
It's all
up.
them with like cowboy gear on.
Oh my god. There are so many Power Rangers things that it's just so ridiculous.
It's horrible.
Alright, what time are we at? Oh shit. We're
Already over.
I got a piece. Very soon.
Talk
why don't
about
we-
games.
Yeah, why don't we very quickly talk about what we've been playing? So, Steve, why don't you start us off?
Dota when I have the free time, but I did purchase while I was at my conference this Humble Bundle Android PC bundle, and on my 4-hour flight home, nonstop played this game called what's it called? 10 Million. It's like a matching game. You match the little signs. It's kind of like an adventure game, but I would say it's kind of like Bejeweled or something where you have to match like 3 or 4 in a row and stuff, but it's not quite the same because you have to kind of drag like the whole row and match. And there's different symbols and they mean different things. So if you're like fighting a monster, you can like match the swords to hit them, or you match like the wand to do magic, or you match like the shield to like block and things like that. And like it's a really interesting game. And then they have a follow-up game called You Must Build a Boat, which is pretty great. So if you're into mobile games, or if you're like looking to something to play on your phone, definitely check out these games called 10 Million or 100 million. I can't even. A lot of digits, ones and lots of zeros, and then the other one's called You Must Build a Boat. So check those out, or just get the Humble Bundle. It has a whole bunch of other games on it too. So pretty good. Like, I mean, for an Android game, I'm literally like lying in my bed for like 2 hours playing it, like not even on my computer. So it's good. So other than that, just been hanging out, trying to. Overwatch also came up with an update recently, which has ranked play. So it's very similar to like a lot of the other ranked play that they have. I haven't even finished my matchmaking, but it's similar to the style of like Heroes of the Storm, where I think you have like a rank number, and every time you win, it's just like Arena too, where like when you win some kind of points and you lose like 1 billion points. So like in no possible way can you like, I think until you get to average, then you start to like get to like where you're supposed to be ranked or whatever, and then it's kind of messed up. But I've heard a lot of people complaining about it, and also there's like some people I think that are like throwing games for placement matches, which like I had like guys like AFKing and shit, which was pretty frustrating. But it's kind of a cool concept, and they do a pretty good job of balancing team like stacks. But that's out, so if you haven't played Overwatch in a while, check it out. And that's it for me.
Nice. Cool. Charles, what about you?
Unfortunately, my whole week has been taken up by getting my computer refreshed, getting the solid state drive in place. I feel like half of my week is taken up by just downloading things into a backup, uploading things on my computer, putting different programs on the solid state drive, putting different programs on the regular drive. It's just madness. So finally excited to play some games this week.
Nice.
The joys of reformatting.
Yep.
Mhm.
Tim, what about you?
I was camping all weekend, man. I haven't played anything. I've been playing, doing my WoW dailies like a turd, and occasional HOTS game. That's about it, man. Nothing new.
It's been a
Nice.
rough week because we've had this like long weekend, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
really only
it's
had
been
a
a-
few days to do games unless you didn't do anything for 4th of July weekend. So
Yeah, no, we were. I've been the same. I played like maybe 2 hours of The Witcher, like all week, and that's it. And I mean, like we were gone all weekend. We had for friend's birthday party, and then we were out on Lake George for all of Sunday, and then 4th of July parade and all that other stuff yesterday, and I got a new job, so that's that's been taking up a lot of my time in the past week also. Yeah, I have to go get my fingerprints taken and go through that
You have a
stuff.
break?
What's that?
You have any break between the two jobs?
Yeah, I have like a full week, 6 days.
Nice.
So yeah, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna take a week off. Thankfully, this podcast won't come out until after everyone actually hears about work. Because I gave my notice today, but it hasn't actually been released to anybody. So.
unless they're watching the Switch stream, then you're fucked.
Oh shit! Yeah. No, I doubt that's actually going to happen. I don't think anybody I work with.
I don't think anybody watches the Twitch stream. So
Anyway, yeah, I want to finish the Witcher DLC, the Blood and Stone, Blood and Wine, Blood. I don't know, Blood and Wine. I think it is. I don't remember what it is.
Blood.
Line.
blind.
But yeah, but I want to finish that, and then I want to play Gone Home, which was a downloadable game for PlayStation Plus last month.
That's right. Yeah.
PlayStation Plus this week is actually pretty decent. It's shit. Damn it! Now I forgot what.
I hope I got Gone Home because I downloaded an NBA game and it was so fucking bad. I was like, I can't even handle this
Was
shit.
it bad?
I mean, it's just like janky. It's like these. Well, I'm not gonna go on a rant, but the game looks like it was made like 30 years ago. Like all these sports games are just like
Oh.
they spend like $1 trillion on the texture of the face, and then the guy's body just looks like dirt, like so bad. It's like the whole thing. The controls are just so bad. I'm just like, why am I playing this? I quit like so quickly. But
The game Saints Row
oh,
is PS4 game. The Saints Row. Hold on. Whatever the PS4 one was, I forget what it's actually called, but that's like an open world game and is usually pretty ridiculous. So
those games are pretty good, yeah.
I would Get Out of Hell. That's what it is. So I would definitely download that. It's pretty entertaining. I played the last one. But yeah, apart from that, I want to play Dishonored before Bloodborne before the fall, so that
You got it.
things happen. Anyway, too many things. Okay, that brings us to the end of the podcast. Thank you everybody for listening. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube. Check us out on our website, lngamers.com. You can also find our podcast on the Podbros Network at podbros.com, as well as a bunch of other sweet podcasts. Follow us on Twitter at lngamerpodcast. We're almost at 1,800 followers. We're at like 1,793 right now. So
Nice.
tell your friends to do this. Or just create like 6 bots and then follow us so that we can get up to 1,800.
Sure.
That'd be ideal. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Tim. I'm Nick. This has been Late Night Gamers Podcast, episode number 124, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Adios.
Bye.